With the Seagulls taking on Redcliffe this Sunday at Biggerbean, it's time to recall 10 years ago the wonderful Seagulls premiership in the grand final against the Dolphins. They're having a reunion this weekend, the 07 side. So we take the time to talk to some of the players. First off, halves, Brad Davis and Tim McCann. How many guys are coming this week, most of the squad?
Yeah, we've pretty much got everyone. Yeah, there's a couple of boys who sort of can't make it, but yeah, we've managed to dig up everyone. Timmy's done a great job at that. He's been driving that, and yeah, we've managed to track down some of the more harder blokes to find, like Dan Molinar and stuff. Took a while to find their numbers, but yeah, it's been great. There's been a big sort of push from boys who aren't living back on the coast at the moment, but they're still keen to come up and be involved. So it's made it pretty easy in that regard. We just tried to tick a few boxes from our end.
Tim, go back to 2007, you know, the lead up to that grand final against Redcliffe, who without doubt were the superpowers of the time and had beaten you 3 times during that season.
It was really good. We knew that we were close against Redcliffe, obviously, and the Young Guns, North Queensland team. We only lost to them by 4 points on those 3 occasions. And you know, we knew we had the team to do it. We were really close. We just had to work on a few things, and when we got our chance, we'd take it. Yeah.
Brad, you two as halves combination, how much had you played together by that stage?
Yeah, quite a bit. We actually went to school at PBC, so we'd had a couple of years together playing footy, and went to Sydney and sort of did our own thing for a couple of years. But we'd played sort of club footy before we left, and as well at the same time. So yeah, we'd probably had a good sort of 5 years already at that point that we'd played together. So yeah, in terms of a halves partner and sort of Matty King at hooker as well, we had a really good combination, I think.
What can you remember about the game, particularly, Tim? Because you know there's a few aspects of it, and in the second half you got away to that lead. But what can you remember particularly about that game?
Yeah, I just thought we played really well in completing our sets. It was really high standard of game. I think we only made about 7 errors in the whole game, and Redcliffe had only made probably similar. So it was really high standard. I just remember our defence was really good. We knew that, you know, if they come near our line after they scored that early try, we would just steal up, and yeah, there was no chance of getting through. And we just really, when we got out to that lead, especially in that first half, I don't think there were any chance of coming back. We were just too strong.
Interesting look at that side, some young guys coming through, and there's a link still with the team today of James Wood, who scored 19 tries that year as a centre. What can you remember about Woodsy version 2007?
Woodsy, he was a character, or I think he still is. He sort of mellowed a little bit in his older age, but yeah, he had a lot of energy, and he was out to prove to the world that he was you know, a good player, and he was. You know, he scored some awesome tries, and probably what you look back on now in the highlights is the speed that we had. You know, we had Woodsy who was really quick. I think he's lost maybe half a yard. I won't say 2 yards, but and then we had Nat Barnes on one wing. We had Shannon Walker, obviously, who was electric. So yeah, the speed, you know, outside backs to be able to finish opportunities was pretty impressive.
Tim, you talk about Shannon Walker and you talk about speed, like breathtaking speed, and one particular try he scored in that grand final people remember forever. Take us through that.
With his arms out. Yeah, I can remember now, I had a small role in it. Dummy up, Mick Roberts come out and kicked over the top and tried to chase it and put pressure on Shannon. He literally caught the ball and sidestepped in midair, and then just hunted down towards the sideline where the crowd was. And I think when he went past me, one of their players dived for him, actually tripped me over. And I just remember looking up, seeing him with his arms out, and then looking back, and I saw their fullback Ryan Cullen with his hands over his head. I think he knew that it was gone then. And yeah, mate, to see that was awesome. That was just Shannon. He could do those sorts of things, and he had that blistering speed that you know, he could just go from anywhere on the park and score a try.
I think his other try was probably more memorable for me because he sort of off Matty Powell's skill. Timmy scooted, offloaded Matty Powell, and he put Shannon into space, and he stepped the fullback in mid-air. But he sort of got in the in-goal area, grand final, and he's put the ball up, danced around and stepped a few guys. We were just screaming at him to get the ball on the turf, you know, and I can never forget. Roy Friend came up to him and said, "Don't you ever do that ever again," and sort of hammered him a bit for it, but that was Shannon, and he knew he was in control, I think.
The moment to win that, what can you remember about full time? And it was the club's first in a very, very strong competition. First to you, Tim.
Yeah, look, I was actually just so excited. I couldn't believe it. It was, something that we'd always knew in the back of our minds leading into it, that was something that we could achieve, and to actually do it for the first time and be the first, and New South Wales club winning the Queensland comp. I think it was just another night, dig at them as well to say, hey, sucked in, we got it, bad luck. They're always putting Redcliffe and Wynnum and all those teams up on a pedestal, and to be just a club down in the Tweed to come away with it, we were really happy, and I think, we celebrated that for a while, and so we should have, yeah.
And for Brad, for you too, and also it was at Suncorp Stadium, that grand final.
Yeah, it was on a big stage, and for me it was really good in terms of just probably executing what we planned to. So we got really close a lot, as Timmy said before, that we got really close to Redcliffe a few times, but probably just I think we went into the game with a clear message that they had a really good forward pack, and ours was probably a little bit underrated, but on the day they played out of their skins, and we tried to probably use their strength through the middle a little bit more and get them on the back foot and use the likes of our speed men back through the middle, and I think we were able to do that, and then a couple little freak plays from Shannon and some good execution in defence as a weakness, and we really looked to win the game.